Ghetto Zebras. Hey there, Bill.
Hi,
Stream
Ghetto.
Elements. Bill 1949T is
You
now
got in
live.
even before the announcement.
Streaming DCS World, My Flight Simming, DCS. Ghetto Zebras. That's right. There, Bill.
Hi,
Stream
Ghetto.
Elements. Bill 1949T is
You
now
got in
live.
even before the announcement.
Streaming DCS World, My Flight Simming, DCS.
Bullets.
Request rearming. Copy. Rearming complete.
What's that, Ghetto? Hey, full on taxi in 08. 9 Spitfire 08 for takeoff. Radio. Radio. That sounded like a sonic boom. Doing 0.
Full.
Yep, copy 100. Looks like nice hits there, Ghetto. I've used up some of my 20 mils, but I'll have a quick go at the BTRs that are a bit further along that have been hitting us. Must be getting low on 20s now. There's a couple of them left down there, and I'm venting something, probably water, steam. I think there's one there, this, right by the road. I think between us we might have got rid of all of them now. No, there's still one firing. Engine's failing.
One near the road.
My engine's failing. I'm going to have to put down. I'm not going to be able to get back too far away. Get as close to home as I can. Try and climb in case I need to glide. I've only got 100 miles an hour at the moment, so it's not looking good. Well, it's looking better. I might get back. '49 emergency landing 026. I might make it. Engine quit. I'm above the runway. Okay, a bit messy, but I'm down on the runway and still alive. I'll be on the air on the runway to get repaired, unfortunately, because the engine's quit.
Copy that. I see you down there. Good job. Good job.
I really didn't think I was going to get back, not with the way it was behaving whilst I was sort of roughly over the target area. Okay, I'll get repaired here and hope that I don't get in anyone's way. I'm literally in the middle of the runway, about halfway along. Well, perhaps not quite in the middle, but about halfway along. Okay, I'll get repaired ASAP. Repair. It brought up the menu, but it didn't take me there. Let's try again. Repair.
Request repair.
Okay, I'm going to get repaired. I'll get rearmed, assuming it will let me. Bullets. Nice one, Ghetto. Bullets. Bullets.
Request refueling. Request rearming.
My seat is buzzing at me for some reason. I don't know why. I must have been venting fuel earlier on because I'm not seeing any damage on the engine area.
Refueling complete.
No bullet holes there. So they must have hit my wind tanks and I was venting fuel, and that's why the engine eventually stopped. Although I didn't check my fuel level when I went to rearm. I don't think it was completely empty, so no, perhaps it wasn't my fuel that was lost. Don't know.
Rearming complete.
Ghetto zebras. Am I leaking from my right wing on your end?
Oh, hang on, let's find you.
Ghetto zebras. Looks like I might need a repair as well.
Okay, stand by. Yeah, you're leaking. I'm guessing that's fuel from where it's coming from. It's coming from the wing, just beyond, from your perspective, just beyond the engine. You've got leakage there, so I'm guessing that's fuel.
Ghetto zebras. Copy that.
I think I'm repaired. Yes, I am. .4908 takeoff. I think we got all those BTRs near the trucks that we were hitting.
I've got my engine off, so I just hear all the good sounds right now from that split.
Okay, well, other screen had focus, so I nearly went in there. I'll give you another buzz then. now I can see. Now I can see better where you are. I'll do another one. Couldn't see you just then very well until I got close. So throttled up. And I've never noticed an issue, but apparently we should, if we're going to change our throttle and prop pitch settings, apparently, as I understand it, we're supposed to do prop pitch first and then the throttle. Never noticed any issue, but apparently I think that's what we're supposed to do. I think it's always prop pitch first. At least, yeah, if you're pulling the prop pitch back, I'm not sure about the other way around, but if you're pulling the prop pitch first back, then do that before pulling the throttle back. That's what I've seen somewhere, and I can't remember where or why that is. I think it's to do with torque changes. If you pull the throttle back, and then whilst the engine's perhaps slowing down, you pull back the prop pitch, then there's a horrible sort of conflict in torque maneuvers. But if you pull the prop pitch back first, then it overcomes that. I don't know, I'm guessing a bit there. I wish I could bring your level up on your radio. Let's have a look and see if I've got an option on the radio menu. Master volume's at 100, so I don't think I can do anything. pretty rubbish strafe, didn't kill any. Okay, all the artillery to the southwest of the airfield are now dealt with. One on Spitfire artillery. Final 08. bullets. Voice attacks having a break.
Request refueling. Request rearming. Copy. Refueling complete. Rearming complete.
Ah, Gato, I noticed you have one of those fancy shaped prop blades. Bit of repair going on there then.
Ghetto zebras. Suppose he'll hop in the 51p, it's been a bit. Maybe some air targets.
Okay, we can pop down to Eckhat, if you like, for those 109s. I think before I do that, I might take a quick comfort break, so I'll be back.
no but LOL got to respawn again.
Goal. Waiting for Ghetto to get airborne, and then we'll go down to Ekat, where there's a couple of 109s. And of course those 109s will engage us, they will shoot back. That's Ghetto down there. Ghetto was having some trouble with his radio when he first spawned in, so he respawned. Hopefully that's sorted it out, but he's not come onto radio so far since his respawn. He is rolling though. Rolling again, yeah. Probably take this next taxi. No, he's not, and I don't blame him. It's a skinny taxiway and it's less fun to taxi on. Just off my wingtip now. Now when we fly out to Eccat where those 109s are, there are some ground units as well that will try to take us down before we get there. So I think we'll pick up a bit of altitude to make it more difficult for them to get to us. Actually up to 6,000 feet. Get her on a threshold now. I'll go for the leader. Took my eyes off briefly and now I've lost them. Okay, reacquired. Throttling up. disappeared. My one just disappeared. Darn it. I had him venting on both wings, so he was pretty much done for, but he just disappeared. There'll be another 2 coming in, but I've used up some ammo now.
Check.
Look, I'm going to RTB at least for ammo. I haven't got any damage.
Check.
Yeah, I copy you here in the ghetto.
Yep, gotcha. I didn't have my VoIP set up before. I've got heavy damage from that other fighter, but he also disappeared on me.
Yeah, it just disappeared. Sounds fine. Okay, RTB.
I know not to press this red handle. I just lost my canopy.
Okay. Also bear in mind at that altitude you are possibly game for ground units, enemy ground units down there. Descending. Might circle just here just to lose some altitude. 49 on finals, 08. Oh, something's gone badly wrong. I don't know what, how, I really don't know what happened now. I lost all control. Oh, hang on. I think it's taking the focus away from the game because my stick isn't moving. Took the focus away from the game and therefore I can control the aircraft. If I click on it again. Yep, I clicked on the DCS screen and now it's okay. Will they repair me? I'm close enough. Repair.
Request repair.
Nah, they're not having that. Okay. Alright, well I need to get a new aircraft then. That's really annoying. I don't know what caused me to lose focus on the DCS screen. I don't know why they won't repair me here. Just the wrong place, I suppose. Okay, perhaps it's time for a mozzie then. Bullets.
Request rearming. Copy. Rearming complete.
Run the starter. Run starter.
Run the starter. Copy.
Four 9 Mosquito radio check.
Good copies.
Thank you, sir. Right, I'm gonna taxi. Well, no mosquitoes there, I'll have to take off.
Excuse me! Intercepting the mail is a federal offense, you know. Especially when it's mine.
Okay, I think I'm going to go for the bridge. Actually, I'm going to go for the, I'm going to use my rockets for the infantry that are down there. Not that I can see where they are, but if I use enough, I might get some.
Good idea.
Got 3 of them.
smoke?
Me? Oh, I'm not seeing it. Yeah, starboard engines putting out oil, perhaps. That might have destroyed the infantry. I think I'll go in with guns on the BTRs, then I might have to RTB.
Gotcha.
So I've still got bombs as well. I was lucky I got some more infantry with that and damaged the BTR.
Yeah, it's a good hit.
Still got one bomb left.
Looks like 1 or 2 down there.
Say again?
Looks like a couple left down there.
Yeah. Okay, it's a bit more damage on the BTR.
Love watching the explosions, man. Better soon.
I'm shooting in the dark now.
That's what it's all about.
Didn't see him, I just knew roughly where his bullets were coming from.
Yeah, there's a BTR down there for sure. Shit him a bit.
Yeah. All over the place. Lost a bit of control. Engines whining. Oh, starboard engines quit. RTB. bit of control as well. I think the ailerons might not be functioning well. For non-emergency landing 08. That'll do. Nice flyover.
Nicely done.
Again.
Yep, copy that, excellent. Oh, port engine just blew up. So I'm stuck on the runway, but not in the middle quite. Repair.
Request repair.
Window's not open. Repair.
Request repair. Copy.
Bullets.
Request refueling. Request
Unable to
rearming.
comply.
Oh,
Unable to comply.
I've obviously got a leak or something. They won't refuel or rearm me. Oh yeah, I've got a couple of leaks there. Well, about 3 fuel leaks by the looks of it. I've got about 3 fuel leaks, so oh, I've still got my bomb bay doors open as well. Better close them.
No one light a cigarette.
That's right. Some bubbles drifting upwards as well that I'm not quite sure what that's supposed to mean. Steam or something, I don't know. Laxor, got your ears on? Got a repair fault by the looks of it there, a repair bug, in as much as my Bombay doors are not coming up. They're not closing. It's probably because I haven't got the engines running. Okay, fair enough. It should close now automatically once I start the engines. I didn't ask them to prime it. Run starter.
Run the starter. Copy.
Bombay doors closing. Oh, of course they couldn't arm me, so I've now got to get armed. Bullets.
Request refueling. Request Copy. Rearming. Copy. Refueling complete.
Lexor, copy.
Rearming complete.
Okay, 49 Mosquito 08 takeoff. Yep, copy, hear me?
Yeah. I've been kicked up down 10 times.
What, 10 times?
Kicked, dropped,
No, right.
I think either I've got an internet connection or a router connection. Internet issue or router issue.
Okay, comms aren't perfect. Did you want to go on a bit later tonight, being as you started later?
I'm not sure at the moment.
Okay, alright, well just let me know. Caught in my own blast. Caught in my own blast. Right, this is my comfort zone. Back to my comfort zone for a little bit. Spitfire. Full 9 radio check. Bullets.
Request rearming.
Copy. Rearming complete.
Spitfire 08 for takeoff. Avoiding the shell crater. a copy that, Axel, but I just saw your message. That's a message. Gorgeous sound. I assume you're talking about the spit, I don't know, but yeah, gorgeous sound, isn't it? For me, just opening the canopy makes an immense difference. You know, it's such a difference in sound.
I love the ambient kind of sound that travels through the distance.
Yeah, yeah. me close the canopy and I might hear you better. Say again, see if that makes any difference.
Just gonna jettison real quick. And,
Still not. I love my sound of my engine, but I'm going to have to turn it down a bit so I can hear you better. Okay, I've turned my engine. Oops, what happened there? I saw a bomb explode. Did you say something about jettison? Oh, the 109, the 109's on page 20, it's all going home, aren't they?
looks like they're heading back.
Yeah, they're all going home. Quite a long way in front of us too.
Just kissing the radio, not receiving.
Ghetto zebras. Looks like they turned back.
Okay, yeah, they did turn back. Are you receiving me now?
Ghetto zebras. No.
Okay, it seems we've got a radio issue, which I think is a DCS thing.
Ghetto zebras. In game.
Yeah, you're not hearing me again, just on the stream. Yeah. Well, oh hang on, are they coming back at us? 109s appear to be coming at us.
Ghetto zebras. Yes, sir.
Okay, I have to communicate on stream from now then. Copy that.
Alright, issue one up the bottom, I'll go for him. Coming in from behind him.
I'm seeing dots, but I can't see which one you're going for at the moment.
I don't think he sees me yet. Nope, now he does.
Copy. Not for long though, I think I'm going down.
Oh, I'm in hard. Yep, I'm about to as well.
I had one on my 6 and he's taken out my ailer at me elevator, I think.
Yeah, I was in good communication. This one did the same exact way.
Oh, this is terrible. I've got all no smoke. I'm not even sure if that was you I was shooting at. Sorry if it was. This is a non-survivable situation, I think. Engine failed. Going down in the field. Well, under the circumstances, I'm happy with that landing. I had very little control. It was like half a second delay, or well, perhaps not that long, but a quarter of a second delay between me moving the stick and anything responding. Jump. Yeah, so all things considered, although I failed, didn't shoot anything down, and I had one on my 6, and he took bits out of me. I'm not sure what. I think probably he must have hit my elevator. Let's go in again and take a look. Well, it looks alright. Of course, I can't check it now because I'm not in the aircraft. Maybe it's the actual control cables that are here, I don't know, but that I'd expect that they would just not work at all. They were working, but in a delayed fashion. Oh well. Okay, I can jump in another aircraft. Anyone got a preference? Another Spit or a Mosquito? I think I'm going to leave it at those two possibilities at the moment. Spit or Mosquito? Anyone got a preference? Probably another 15 minutes.
Ghetto zebras. Ole Mos.
Old Moz. Ole Moz. Okay, you mean Old Moz, I guess. Okay. Yeah, alright, I'll go for that. Bullets.
Request rearming.
Copy. Rearming complete.
Ghetto zebras. I've got to see if I can find a pork pie near where I live.
Oh, you shouldn't have said pork pie. That's going to make me want one now, isn't it? And it just so happens I've got one in the fridge. Run starter.
Run the starter.
Copy.
Alexa, you copy?
Yeah, receive.
Well, hopefully it could be that you've needed that reset for a little while, so that might solve some stuff that you've had previously.
I've that this was an oddity for me. I've not had issues like that for before.
But you sometimes get crashes though, don't you? Like game crashes. Like sometimes you get 3 in a row, or 3 in an evening or something.
Game crash, yeah, but not server disconnect.
Would your, I mean, I'm probably wrong on this, but would the situation you dealt with today, would that not possibly affect it?
I don't know, because I had lots of disconnects tonight, but not a single crash.
All right. More
Don't quite know what the trigger is there.
but more stable now, though, you're saying.
Well, I haven't been kicked yet, so yeah, okay. Because before I was just sitting. I wasn't sure if it was like an inactivity timeout had been introduced, but I just sort of sat here and did nothing for a bit, but that seems to be stable still, or connected.
Okay.
Yeah, so it depends if you wanna try a short thing, or if you wanna leave it till tomorrow.
No, I'm quite up to do what you want to do tonight.
Well, we can try a short thing. Moderately simple. We don't. It depends what you want to do as well. So we could test the signal which is to the south, or we could test multi-cruise Seesaw, which is something that hasn't had any testing.
Okay, well, perhaps if it's something that hasn't had any testing, perhaps we should try to look at that.
Yeah, it's just a case of whether or not, if you're in the aircraft with someone doing a Seesaw, if you get credited for it as well.
Oh, okay. So I need to jump in your aircraft, yeah?
Yeah, on this particular one.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm just in a Moz, but I'll quit the Moz and join you. Oh, it's been a while since I sat in this aircraft. Oh, hang on, I can use internal, can I? I haven't got internal set up, so I'll be speaking on radio as well.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I think we're doing ones in server anyway, aren't we?
Yep.
Okay.
Ghetto's gone off to see if he can find a pork pie, I think. He just said, I've got to see if I can find a pork pie near where I live. Although, at this time, they're probably closed.
Ghetto zebras. Yes.
What was that? Yes, Ghetto. Yes, you found one? Or yes, you're going to go find one?
Ghetto
or
zebras.
That's just your
Grabbed a quick plate
quick
of
plate
chicken.
of chicken. Okay, well, that'll do. Yeah, that'll do. Ghetto informs me he just grabbed a quick plate of chicken.
That seems uncalled for.
Yeah, well, he's already got me thinking about a pork pie, and I've got one in the fridge, but I had one for lunch. I can't remember anything about how to do this, so you'll have to remind me on all fronts on getting guns and sights and stuff.
The sites probably won't appear yet until the generator's running.
Okay, I mean, I don't necessarily need that, I don't know, because you're saying we're just checking the stats really, aren't we?
Yeah, unless anything spawns underneath us, but it should be. I haven't done this one for.
I just looked at the map and now I can't get back to the aircraft, hold on. Okay, I haven't got it set up. So some mapping's lost there by the looks of it. That's because I haven't used it for a very long time. Just restart something because I think when I rebooted the router and everything it knocked out something else, so I just need to restart a tablet. Yeah, copy that. I suppose I really should get back into Huey as a pilot at some point. I'm sure I must be capable of it, but every time I thought it, I felt as though I wasn't capable of it, so I've not got in it very much
Get
long
those
term.
areas. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I mean, there's also the Chinook. Another interesting one is the MI8. If you ever fancy doing that, because that's up to 4 people.
You mean as a pilot or what?
Depends if you're into flying it, but there's also like co-pilot, radio operator, and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Get those areas. That's right. A large multi-crew.
Yeah. But it takes me a bit of pushing of me to make me get in a chopper. I fail miserably.
Almost ready. Just the tablet is slow.
Copy that.
You could call for a heading if you want.
Okay, let's see if I can remember to get there. Now, hold on.
It's always the F10. F10, F2 for personnel, I think.
No, I'll just see if I've got stuff set up on voice attack for it. But okay, let's just do F10.
I think you do.
No, hold on, hang on, I don't want F10 from there, hold on. I'm not requesting control, it says I requested control. I don't want control.
I think C is the default button for request control.
But what's the menu default? He's obviously lost it.
Hash?
He's obviously lost it. Hold on.
Might be hash. Well, I've got mine set up for hash.
Yeah, hash does it. Right, F10. Find Dave.
Maybe. F2 and request heading. No, F2 for personnel. And
Yep, we got it.
Want to take heading 083 degrees 414 nautical miles.
83, 14.
okay, it's about there.
I've lost a load of mappings that I would normally skip between the map and the aircraft and outside of the aircraft.
Oddly, the heading indicator doesn't seem to be doing.
Ghetto Zebras. An amazing and beautiful hello the Huey is.
Yeah, and I really need to
Ghetto
get in it
Zebras.
and actually give it a try
Beautiful.
again. It seems to think, my sim shaker seems to think I'm in a mosquito.
As I was forgetting how to read it. I haven't looked at it for such a long time.
I'm getting vibes. I'm getting vibes on my seat, but I think it's the vibes from mosquito. I can't seem to select. I've got generic helicopter. Let's see if that comes up. It's not listing the Huey. I think it will. Okay, well I've selected generic helicopter and it's still buzzing.
I think yes, I was going to say I think your transmitter stuff. No, checkpoint. Checkpoint. Okay, right. Apart from the fact that I forgot about how this helicopter works and was on the wrong radio for Rio.
Ghetto's watching my stream and he's saying, what a lovely helicopter this is.
Are you receiving? Just check.
I'm receiving. You receiving me?
Yep, I am now. Yep.
Ghetto's just saying on my stream that this is a lovely helicopter. So I ought to get back onto it.
Yes, he's in the Gazelle. We're not getting rearmed, yes we are. No, we're not being rearmed. Why are we not being rearmed?
Not because you've got the door closed, is it? Not because you've got the door closed, is it?
No, I got the copy. It's so they've acknowledged it. Might have to move on to the main runway. And the Gazelle is a nice helicopter. It was a horrible one at one point, but they adjusted it and it sort of made a night and day difference. The only downside is the radios are terrible. and the radio system. The module doesn't play well with the custom radios that you can put into it to make them work.
Oh, right. Oops. Did you look away?
No, I just lost concentration. I don't know what you want to do. Respawn or not bother.
Yeah, we can do a respawn if you're good for it. I don't want to hold you up though.
That's fine. I think it should be on.
I've got to do the F10 thing, hold on. Got to do the F10, hold on.
Intercom check.
Say again. No, I've got it. I've done it wrong.
No, that was interesting. It was on intercom, but I couldn't hear you. That was bizarre. Maybe you can hear me now.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, so let's get Lenny up again.
So if you choose Davo 7, 1007, I think it was. It's the one that's over to the east.
Is it Find Dave?
No, you want to do F2.
Personnel, right, okay. And there's Caesar.
Caesar and then list, and then you gotta go back in.
I've got a list straight away. And which one did you say to select?
07, I think it was. The one for... It's the...
Okay, yeah, there's two 1007s. One's marked in yellow and it's F1, and the other one is F2 marked in white.
That's not good then.
I could just select one. Would that? Does this mean there's an issue if it's showing it twice? Once yellow, once white.
One's yellow just because it's the one that's at the top of the list, I think. What's the coverage for 2?
It's there twice, and they're both at 08314 north half.
Yeah, it's because it's duplicated the entry.
Then I simply select the top one or something and go for that.
It might work, can't guarantee it.
Give it a shot. It says thanks.
Yeah, we'll have to see if it actually picks it up.
083 at 14 nauticals.
It said it had rearmed us, and it still hasn't put anything on.
Oh, perhaps there's nothing left in the stores.
Normally, if the stores get fed from the main airfield, and the main airfield isn't depleted. Well, I mean, we'll try touching down here again, and I'll see if I can do a rearm here.
Okay. It's a nice gentle set down. So for the sake of my stream, anyone that's just joined, I'm currently P2 co-pilot, Laxall's flying. We just want to check something to do with the mission. So let's put it into the mission. Just want to check something.
Let's see what's going on. It's just said rearming complete, but it hasn't done anything.
Yeah, I've just jumped out to take a look. What should I see, like ammo or guns or something? I can't see what I would see would be different.
That's interesting. I'm not sure what's going on there, but basically we've got no weapons.
Do we? At the moment, I can't tell that, so I can't transmit to it.
There's something very odd going on. It's not rearming us all.
So it's not rearming us, although it says it is, and I'm not able to. I've got no comms of Laxor.
It's not rearming us all.
I'm hitting my button to speak,
Check.
notice that Laxor's one won't be able, and mine doesn't.
It's 124. One, two, four. 124.
Okay, I realised I had no TX because I had the message up. I had the message where we like in-game messages. I had that menu up. Well, I had that up where you can type in a message, which prevented TX.
Alright.
So what's our objective now?
Okay, have you got the TX? Are you receiving?
Yeah, try again. You might have fallen off the key. Try again.
Are you receiving?
I'm receiving. You receiving me?
Now I was just talking. It was, but you obviously didn't catch any of it. I'm not sure when it was.
So I just asked, what is our current objective? Like, what are we going to actually be doing?
Hopefully, we'll find out today whether or not it will get in. Different matter.
Couldn't understand that properly. Hopefully find Dave.
We'll get to a Dave. I don't know if he'll get in.
Okay, and is that the main test, to see if he gets in?
No, but if he doesn't get in, nothing else will happen, so...
Copy that. So we are currently looking for Dave, but a guy that's bailed out and needs to be collected, like search and rescue operation. But we've got to find him, and then when we find him and get close enough, he has to get in this helicopter. If that works, then next stage, but if that doesn't work, then there's something to be looked at.
I'm not sure if we're getting fired, I guess. If you got able, check your right ghetto. I think we're just out of range. Oh no, we're not. Just doing another comms check.
I'm receiving, you're receiving me?
Yeah, okay. So you got Ghetto on R7.
Yep, I noticed on the map that he was with us.
At least we've got some guns cover then.
Copy. Copy.
Hopefully the point of this test will be if you go into F10 and the stats menu, you'll be able to select your stats and see currently that the CSAR says 0.
Not getting the stats, the menu up. Hold on. It was hatch, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Menu is not coming up.
It might be bound to the wrong radio menu. There are two. Let me just see if I can trim out, and I'll get the one that it needs to be mapped to.
Okay, it worked earlier.
Yeah, there's one that only works. So there's two radios, two communication systems. It's a DCS thing, not a Huey thing. When it's to do with easy comms, you can only use that menu when you're on the ground. The other one, you can use it when you're in the air.
Yeah, copy that.
Alright, I'll send you a quick screenshot. That might be sufficient for the co-pilot. I haven't had a chance to check.
Vital backslash, stand by.
No. So it's the mapping that you're worried about, not the keystroke. So the mapping name that you want is
okay.
Whatever it's.
Okay.
Oh, we've shot majorly past the target. Sorry, Ghetto. I assume you don't have radio switched on in the Gazelle Ghetto, and I know that it's not going to make much sense if you do, because we won't be able to understand you, but if you're listening on Build Stream, we're heading to the infantry unit that is on the road just to the north of us, the tracks.
Okay, it's left shift and space, so I've got the menu now.
I would remap your comms menu to your comms button to this correct menu.
Hang on, remap the comms menu button to what?
Basically, whatever button you use for your comms menu, use that binding, but bind it to this new radio binding name.
Okay, well what I'm using is co-pilot radio trigger.
Yeah, so if you would normally use the hash key to open your comms menu, then map your hash key to co-pilot, whatever.
Okay, I'd usually use C, so I'll try that now.
You're joking. Just as we get it. Ghetto, there's probably going to be units on the ground unless it's gone completely wrong. Alright, well that was a complete waste.
Well, I have mapped. Whoops. I have at least mapped comms to sea now. So what happened? I was too busy doing other stuff. I don't know what happened with the seesaw. What happened there?
We just got there in time to see Dave get captured.
Oh, brilliant. Okay.
There's not really anything else we can do because the only other seesaw that was close was twice as far in the opposite direction
Okay.
from Mazda.
Okay, well, whatever you want to do now, it's what? It's 3:30, 24, so whatever you want to do now,
Just head back in. I don't know. I'll check this rearm. Is that something to our left? Yeah, it is. Get to a follow top.
Pontiac 1, tally the ground targets at bullseye 049 for 170.
Straight too close.
Okay, well, I've got a few of my buttons back. As you're doing your stuff, I'm sort of adjusting some controls.
Pontiac 1, tally armor at bullseye 047 for 160.
suppose that's it.
Okay, alright, well that was still functional, I felt. I mean, I had some other flying in anyway, so that was quite good. But there was some slight oddities. But the other thing is, I tend to not realise that the menu, automatically, the normal comms menu, has come up on the top right hand. And when the comms menu is up, there's other things you can't do. You've got to close that menu before you can do certain things, like swap fuel or whatever. And likewise, I had the when I had the chat up, because I was trying to send you a message. When that chat is up, I couldn't transmit on the comms in. So there's things that I tend to not notice.
You too?
Yeah, you. Right. I don't know what happened there. I was on the other screen. Yeah, what I was saying is that when your menu, top right, the comms menu comes up, there are other things you can't do, like you can't change view, you can't jump out the aircraft, you've got to close that comms menu before you can do that. And likewise, when I was trying to message you to say that I did have no transmit, I couldn't then transmit until I closed that message, the message box.
Yeah, lots of things impact. I think it's because the message box takes the keyboard focus.
Yeah, that's it, yeah. Okay, are we done or what?
Yeah, I suppose so, because the closest star is ages away.
Yeah, okay.
Unless you want, actually no, it's probably just as the signal is to the south, but it's probably about as far as we've just travelled.
Yeah. Do you want to do a short flight tomorrow night, or want to wait until normal flights next weekend?
See you guys on the
No, I'll probably do one tomorrow night.
Okay, we'll make it an early finish because it'll be in Monday the following day. Okay, I'm just going to have a quick word with Ghetto. Yeah, no, it was good fun, Ghetto. It was functional, although Laxo had some issues, unfortunately. He had to reboot a couple of things, but apart from that. But it was good fun. It was good fun. Yeah, and catch you. We'll probably
nice little
fly.
flight to Endor.
Yeah, we'll probably fly a little bit tomorrow night, but if you stream, you'll see that anyway.
Ghetto Zebras. Sweet.
Okay. Right, so this is the Ghetto and for Maxwell. Yeah, okay, well in that case, possibly catch Ghetto tomorrow night for a shorter flight tomorrow night.
Ghetto Zebras. He'll be here TMM up.
Ghetto says he'll be here.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, we'll take care everybody, we'll close now and take care. I'm going to drop out of DCS and close the stream, etc.
Okay, I'll catch you later.
Yep, TTFN.
Ghetto Zebras.
Thanks for joining, by the way, Ghetto. Appreciate it.
Also take care to you and Laxa, sorry. Ghetto Zebras. Laxa asterisk.
Click the desktop or leave the server. We'll see it. And I really should get in here at some point and go for it, give it another shot. Right, so we have a black screen. I think I've probably completely closed DCS.
Ghetto Zebras. That's a great aircraft. Zim upset I didn't get it. Ghetto Zebras. Ghetto Zebras. Sorry, had a bit much to drink.
Oh, that's alright, as long as you've enjoyed yourself. Okay, yeah, well you can still get the Huey if you want to, can't you? I don't suppose it's that expensive. I've got it, I can't remember how much it was.
Ghetto Zebras. Absolutely.
Okay, take care mate. Catch you for a little while, at least tomorrow night. I don't know why we'll try and get on a bit earlier so that we get a bit more time, but we won't be late.
Oh, Harrier, I thought you mentioned.
Oh, Harrier!
Ghetto Zebras.
Right.
Take
well,
care,
Harrier's
Bill.
lost support or losing support, isn't it? So, yeah. And you, yeah. Take care, Ghetto. Take care, mate. Catch you tomorrow night. TTFN. Likewise, anyone else who's still on my stream, thanks for being there. Whenever you can, it's always good if you can interact and drop a message on there. I understand it's not always feasible. But we'll be flying again for a short flight tomorrow night because Lexor was caught out tonight and they had a short flight, so we're going to do a bit more tomorrow night, that's all, but not late. Right, okay, take care everybody, closing the stream. Good night, TTFN.